Hello and welcome to this week's Rap Attack. Fuckity fuck.
Reeking rap.
Rick. Hello and welcome to this week's Rap Attack. I'm Sam.
I'm Shane.
And this is the Ranking Attack podcast.
It doesn't reek at all.
It doesn't reek at all, no.
Excellent.
And week 12, dude.
It's already here.
It's Thanksgiving week.
It's the big one, right?
Yeah.
We wait all year for this full Thursday of fun.
It's fantastic.
I know, I'm actually quite excited.
It's not bad.
As you know, we're going to have our traditional meal tomorrow.
Yeah.
Gather around the projector.
Prepared for us by the great Colonel himself.
Exactly. We are in Poland, so there's no turkey, just deep fried chicken.
Just deep fried chicken from KFC, takeout and beer before we watch it.
It'll be a bit of beer.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, so I thought this was going to be a bit of a rush podcast. I thought we were going to be in our 2-minute drill, but as it happens, we can chill out.
We got a last minute reprieve.
Exactly. Anyway, we wanted to get this one out to you before Thanksgiving, as always, and so you can set your lineups for tomorrow night or today if you're listening to it on Thursday, you lazy buggers. And so, as always, we've got some predictions for you. We've got Catnip and Kryptonite, and we've got our Game of Intrigue, and we've got another letter from in the Fantasy Trust Tree.
Climb it again.
And how'd you do?
This week was a bit of a disaster. Well, disaster. I mean, at least I didn't own many of the running backs that went down. But, I mean, I got a 1-2 record from the weekend. I'm thinking you're quite aware of one of my losses.
Yes, that would be inflicted by moi.
So, I lost in our league. I lost in my NFL league. But I did win in my 20-team league, which is key. So, I mean, I won in the league. I had to win. I lost in the 2 leagues I could lose in. And as we were just mentioning, I'm 7-4 in all 3 leagues, coincidentally enough.
That's not bad.
Yeah, I mean, I'm decent.
Yeah. Well, 7-4 seems to. I guess it's going to keep you in the playoff picture in most of those leagues.
Yeah,
right?
I'm pretty confident in all 3 leagues I'll be in the playoffs. It's just 7-4. It sounds good. It sounds
7-4 is good, right?
Yeah, it's all right. But how'd you do, man?
I did. I went 3-0.
Yeah.
But I have been kind of screwed for this week coming with some running back issues. Yeah. I had
the guy's coming back, right?
Yeah, exactly. So in 2 of my leagues I started West and Langford,
right,
which worked okay, which still managed to win, which is okay. But now I'm stuck because I don't know what I'm going to do with those people going forwards. In one of them, I've managed to pick up Ware and Javorius Allen in one of those, so that's an easy one. In our league, I guess this week I'm going to have to drop both of them, and instead I'm going to start Ingram and Lacey. So, I mean, it's not bad.
Yeah, instead of question marks, right? I mean, we don't know what Forte is going to do, and we don't know about West's condition. Yep. I mean, you might as well go with the guys that we know. Lacey did pretty well last week. It's cold.
Yeah.
He's got extra pounds to keep him warm.
Exactly.
It'll all be good. Yeah.
Some love handles. And Ingram is still number 3 running back or something.
Yeah,
in PPR. I don't know how he does it. He just goes under the radar, doesn't he?
He is completely.
It is.
He got a little banged up last week, though, didn't he?
Did he?
Little.
Because they had their bye week.
Yeah, but like a little.
Yeah.
He came back in, but I wouldn't worry about it too much.
Yeah, I mean, their running back depth is really, with Kyrie Robinson down there, it's only really Spiller.
Well, there's Spiller, and they also signed Jiminy Cricket. I got to remember.
Jiminy Cricket?
He used to play for the Cardinals. And he got like 7 carries last week.
Did he?
I even wouldn't mind taking a quick peek if you don't mind.
No, go for it.
So, yeah, he played for the Cardinals. He went out of the league for like 2 years because he had an MCL or ACL and it got infected, I guess, right? Okay. So he was out for a couple of years, and then last week he played 7 carries, I think. Hightower. There you go.
Okay.
Tim Hightower. A name that's going to be under everybody's radar, I'm sure.
Yeah,
actually.
very much so.
But, I mean, he's not going to take carries away if everybody's healthy, but he got 7 carries last week.
Okay, right.
No, 11.
11
carries.
There you go, 11:46. Sneaky.
Something to look at, my friend.
Yeah. Anyway, so let's get into it.
Yeah, why not?
And as always, we're going to start with looking at what went right and what went wrong with our rankings. And last week we were looking at Andy Barron's over on Yahoo. Mm-hmm. And let's check out the underrated. So, Shane, you went with Theo Riddick, ranked 37th.
Yeah, I went with Theo, the running back from the Lions. Ranked 37th. He did all right.
Bit of a gimme this one, wasn't it?
I mean, he wound up, so he was startable.
Yeah, he was on that cusp. He was 21st. Well, he was starting running back, 21st.
Exactly. Yeah,
in 12 team.
12-team starter, exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Flex 10-team, probably, right?
Yeah.
He did all right. I mean, he did most of his damage through the air, right?
72.
72 yards on 5 receptions. So, I mean, if you're in PPR, again, you're even happier.
Yeah.
So, we'll call that a hit.
Yeah, I think so, definitely.
And you picked?
Not so much. This
Eric
is when
Ebron.
you knew. I thought Eric Ebron.
Mm-hmm.
I think, if I remember rightly, you gave me this one. You threw me under the bus with this one.
I did, yes. Evil laugh.
Yeah, so Eric Ebron didn't work out quite as well as we'd predicted. He was ranked 12th, and I thought that was a little bit low, knowing that what the options were. He finished 0 points. He got 2 targets, no couches.
Were they playing the Raiders or something?
Yeah, and they beat the Raiders.
And so Ebron didn't make a catch against the Raiders' tight end defense.
Yeah.
My God. Well, that's why we picked him.
Exactly.
There was rationale behind it.
This is the one the week that goes against the curve.
Yeah. All right. So you can take a miss when you did it for the right reason.
Exactly. Like yeah, I think so. I think it's fine.
Who was your overrated last week?
Another tight end, Jimmy Graham,
okay.
Who I don't like any longer. I think he's absolutely screwed up there in Seattle.
Yeah, he definitely has been a huge disappointment. What was he ranked last week?
He was ranked 7th. He ended up 20th. He only got 3 receptions. He only had 3 targets, so he caught all 3 of them and went for 40 yards. So it's not like he doesn't get the production when you throw to him. We know what he can do, but they're just not using him.
Yeah, well, it's the Seahawks offense, right? They don't have a place for a superstar pass catcher.
No.
They spread the offense around. They run the ball a lot,
and that's what you get. But still, I mean, you think about what he was down in down New Orleans. I mean, they had Marquise Colston and everybody else. I mean, it's not like they didn't have wide receivers, but they still got him the ball.
Right, different offense.
Sure, very different offense.
Drew Brees, slinging it. It's a different game.
But that was the interesting thing. But coming into the season, a lot of fantasy specialists were really high on Graham going there, thinking that it was an amazing situation for him.
He transformed the team. Right?
Yeah, that's what they're missing. They're missing a fantastic. But I mean, he's doing very little more than.
Yeah, he's not even a tight end 1, right? I mean, most weeks he's a tight end 2.
Exactly, and who starts 2 tight ends?
No.
And unless you're in one of these ones where it's a flex, you can put a tight end as a flex, and sometimes
like
our flea flicker,
but like Cam Olsen and Gronkowski.
Yeah, which is fair enough, but not all leagues can do that, and so he's. It
was a hit to pick overrated, obviously.
Yeah, exactly.
Most weeks, week to week.
Yeah.
I hit as well. Yeah,
you did.
I picked AJ Green. He's going up against the Cardinals, right? The big showdown with Peterson, and Peterson did a pretty good job.
Yeah, it was a good match, right?
It was a good
31-28?
It ended close.
Or 34-31.
Yeah,
33-30. Yeah.
30s, right? And yeah, Peterson blanketed him pretty well. I mean, of course, AJ made a few grabs, but he wound up with only 7 points. Wound up like 32nd, I think we had here.
Yeah, exactly.
So, I mean, he wasn't startable last week.
He was shut down by a shutdown corner.
Yeah, exactly. So if you had a better choice and you replaced AJ Green, kudos to you, man.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Going forward,
week 12, and we're staying on Yahoo, and we're going with Liz Loza.
Liz Loza?
Liz Loza. More like Liz Loser.
Liz Loser.
Depending on her predictions.
Should we make misogynist jokes now, or?
We might lose half.
Liz token female.
Yeah, exactly. Token. Yeah. Anyway, let's see if she can do any better than the others.
She's really smart.
Yeah, we have absolutely no idea, and
we're going to pick her.
But we're going to pick, and this is the first time we've picked her. Previously, we've gone with Dalton Del Don, him of the alliteration, and so we'll see, right?
So yeah, Yahoo, a girl picking. We'll see if we can beat her. Yeah?
Let's do it.
Who did you pick for your underrated?
I went Jameis Winston.
Well, he of the 5 TDs last week.
He of the 5 TDs. This is recency bias in its prime.
Where is he ranked?
He's 18th, which I thought was pretty low.
Okay, so definitely not a starting QB1.
No, absolutely not, and barely even a start in a 2 QB league.
Yeah.
I think so. The Colts aren't great against quarterbacks. They're sort of 10th worst, and they're 6th worst against wide receivers.
Right.
And I think just generally, Winston's proving a lot of people wrong this season.
I think Tampa Bay is a bit surprised, I'd say. I mean, we're going to be talking with them later, but But yeah, I mean, anytime a guy throws 5 TDs, you
Throwing quarterbacks.
You got to sit up and take notice.
Speaking of throwing quarterbacks, did you see DeMarco Murray pick up the blitzing linebacker?
No, a great block.
No, sorry, not DeMarco Murray. Darren McFadden.
Oh, the McFadden block. Yeah,
the McFadden block, the one where he picked the guy up and popped him back down on the ground.
I did see that.
That was cool. Anyway, so that's picking up linebackers, not quarterbacks.
A little different.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he's cut down on his interceptions as the season's gone along.
Yep.
He's making better decisions. I mean, he had one pass last week that should have been picked. I saw that one with the TD. So a little bit of luck, but that always happens.
Exactly. I mean, I just don't see him as the 18th ranked quarterback. I can see him maybe not breaking into the top 10, but, if you're in a 12-team league, I'd put him in as a low-end QB this week.
Yeah, I mean, you can take a chance, right? I mean, if you don't have a better option, slide him in there.
I think that there's definitely worse starts, and going up against the Colts, it's always, it's not a bad idea to pop in a average quarterback against the Colts.
Yeah, I do agree. I think there's some quarterback gold out there because that's my underrated as well.
Exactly. So who have you got? Now, this is quarterback wow.
Yeah, I went a little crazy. Sam's reading ahead. I took Brian Hoyer.
Brian Hooer.
Exactly. He's ranked 13th, and you think to yourself, well, that's because he didn't start last week, Shane. That's because he played for the Texans, Shane. But there are reasons.
But both legitimate.
there are reasons. I mean, just take a look at who they're playing this week. They're up against the Saints, who give up the most points in the league to QBs, right? At one point, Hoyer this year, I mean, you might have forgotten already, but he posted 5 consecutive games with 17 or more points.
Wow. That's not bad.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, sure, he was sat out last week. TJ played, right?
Yeah, TJ.
But Hoyer is the starter. It's been stated by the coach.
Yep.
He's going to go this week. Over the last 3 games, the Saints have allowed 14 touchdown passes.
Fuck, that's almost 5 a game.
I know.
That's ridiculous.
So
DeAndre Hopkins is going to have a 250-yard game.
It's going to be scary, isn't
it? It is.
So, yeah, I say get Hoyer in there, QB1. I say it's an easy QB1 choice, to tell you the truth.
No, that's a good call.
It's weird, but it's got to be done, yeah?
Yeah, I like it. So who would you start him over then?
It's a good question. Tony Romo?
Yeah. Definitely Sanchez or Bradford, whichever one goes in that one.
Oh yeah, that's quite obvious.
How about Stafford?
What are the Lions got this weekend?
Lions have got...
Are they got a week-to-week basis?
Lions have got the Eagles, first game on Thursday.
Oh yeah, it's the Thanksgiving game.
So it's a short week.
Well, that would be tough against the Eagles. The Eagles are so hard against Panthers.
Yeah.
I'm going to say yes. I start him over Stafford.
Nice.
I mean, yeah, you've got the best receiver. I mean, we're going to have to start saying DeAndre Hopkins is the best wide receiver in the league now.
This season it's probably not even close either.
I mean, you have to say it right out loud. So I mean, you got him. I'm taking Hoyer, for sure.
Okay, fine. And overrated, who have you got?
My overrated this week, Sam, I'm going against one of your running backs. We were just talking a little bit about them.
One of my boys.
Mark Ingram, I believe, is overrated. We were talking about how he's in the top 3 or 4 running backs this year, right?
In PPR, yeah.
Yeah. So he's ranked 5th. I mean, we're talking about standard rankings here, right?
Sure.
So he's ranked 5th, going up against the Texans. The Texans, if you look at their stats, are middle of the pack against the run, yeah?
Okay.
But I'm getting this feeling that their defense is starting to gel.
Yeah.
Last week they shut down their opponent. I can't remember who they played now. But I was looking at this earlier. They did shut down their opposing team. Of course, you never know from a one-game recency bias problem. But Ingram also was a little banged up, and I'm a little bit afraid that Hightower is going to get a few reps.
And Spiller as well.
Spiller, of course, is going to get some reps. So, I mean, I'm not saying bench Mark Ingram.
Sure.
But
temper your expectations.
Yeah, exactly. He's outside of RB1 territory.
Alrighty.
This week.
Okay. So he's still a start, but
he's a start. He's a top 20 running back, but he's not a top 5.
Okay.
For this week, at least. Yeah.
Fine.
Who do you got?
Alrighty. I've got Martavis Bryant.
All right.
The alien.
All right. The alien is overrated this week.
The alien is overrated a little bit. He's ranked at 19th.
All right.
So to have both
Antonio and him.
Both Antonio and him in the top 20 against Seattle, who are 4th best against wide receivers. I mean, I can see one of them having a good game and not both of them. And I'm guessing it's going to be Brown because he's the stronger one.
Yeah,
I think so. That's just why I'm not sure whether he's going to get to.
Is Sherman going to be shadowing Brown? Do you know? I mean, it'd be interesting. I mean, you're right.
It depends which. Because he normally stays on one side of the field, doesn't he?
Yeah, exactly. So I agree with you. Both guys don't wind up in the top 20. So if you're going to pick one, pick Bryant, right?
I would say so. That said, I mean, on the upside, they're probably not going to get much going against the run. That's why we're going to talk about this a little bit later. But yeah, I mean, I think they may have to start throwing, but I think it's going to be going towards Brown rather than to
or Heath Miller a little bit.
Or Heath Miller as well.
The Seahawks are never that great against tight ends.
No.
So yeah, no, I agree. I'd put him outside the top. Do you start him if you're in a 12-team league?
Brian?
Yeah. Tough call, no?
As a flex. I'd start him as a flex, but I wouldn't have him as a wide receiver.
All right, so he's in the bench in a 10-team league, and he's a flex 12-team.
That's how I'd see it, yeah.
Sounds good.
And now it's time to look back at our catnip and kryptonite from week 11. And I went for catnip, Chuck Hendrick West.
You say that 3 times quick.
Chuck Hendrick.
Yeah, all right. Well, I mean, that was, at the time
it was
a
good
choice.
Yep. He ended up with 5 points.
Oh, they were playing the Chargers, right?
They were playing the Chargers. I thought it was a good start. I mean, it was if you had Spencer Ware.
Well, of course. I mean, and we have to assume that West would have performed as good or better than Ware, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So again, you got screwed by the injury, right?
Got screwed by the injury. So again, picked for the right reasons, but injuries got it, and
really predict
that's the life of the NFL, right?
It was the right call, the wrong result, basically.
Yeah. Your guy got injured as well,
exactly.
but not to the fourth quarter.
Exactly. Luckily, right? And so he got enough points to make him catnip.
Absolutely.
He was ranked outside the top 20.
Who are we talking about here?
Danny Amendola. Yeah, sorry. Danny Amendola there for the Patriots. He's lower ranked, but it was a pretty easy pick, I thought. I mean, you had to throw him in there to replace Edelman. So he ended up like the 11th best wide receiver.
11th best wide receiver. And he went out, I think, about midway through the fourth.
Yeah, it was late in the game.
James White's second touchdown.
Yeah, non-contact injury, as we were saying, right? So, I mean, he got 117 yards. He had a slew of catches, too. I think like 9 or 10. He was 11th ranked. You were happy if you started him?
Absolutely.
I started him, but I still lost to you.
There you go.
I needed 40 points.
You needed 40 points on Wednesday night.
Yeah, basically.
On Monday night, sorry. Okay, kryptonite.
Last week, I had, who did I have?
Chris Johnson.
Oh, Chris Johnson. Yeah. He keeps doing all right, though.
I think I gave you that one. Yeah. I threw you under a bus on this one.
Yeah, but I mean, he only got 63 yards, right?
Yeah, but
6 points. So, I mean, he was a borderline flex last week.
He was.
Again, this didn't kill you if you started him, but hopefully you had better options.
Yeah, exactly. This is what was expected.
Yeah, well, I mean, the thing is, we keep expecting, both of us do. Ellington to get.
And he got nothing this week.
I know.
I think he got two carries.
Very, very, very few carries, only like limited snaps.
Yeah.
I saw him on the field for one of the touchdowns, but of course it wasn't him.
Yeah.
Anyway, I mean, I'm going to keep picking him as a kryptonite-ish type guy week to week and expecting Ellington to start, and I'm going to keep getting screwed.
Yeah, for sure.
Anyway, who do you have?
I got Andy Dalton. I thought he was kryptonite because I thought going against the Cardinals he was going to get shut down. But in the end, I mean, it was a bit of a shootout, really.
Yeah, there were points thrown on the board.
And he was ranked 11th, ended up 5th. I mean, he did well. He got 315 yards, two throwing touchdowns, and no interceptions. So
this is a good thing for a quarterback.
This is what you want from the Red Rifle.
The opposite of a kryptonite. Yeah.
Opposite of kryptonite, exactly.
Yeah, so you missed, but what are you going to do, right?
Exactly.
We have to have short memories in this game.
We do. We do.
So our catnip picks for week 12, more importantly. What do we got?
Here we go. I'm picking Javoris Allen.
He of the Buck?
Buck. The Buck Allen. And he's going to go off for a buck, at least.
Oh, yeah. $1.20, $1.30 maybe.
$1.30.
Who do they got this week?
They got the Browns. So he's ranked 13th.
Okay.
So obviously he's quite high already, but I can see him high up there.
Top 10.
Easy top 10, possibly top 8, I'd say. Yeah, maybe even top 6.
We were talking about him a little earlier. I'm going to play devil's advocate here.
You're right.
I do think Cleveland's not great against the run, and I do think Baltimore has to run.
Yeah.
But the problem is they're starting Matt Schaub at quarterback. They don't have a QB number 1.
Right.
They don't have a number 1 wide receiver. I kind of think the Browns are going to stack the box a little bit, right?
Okay, maybe. Because they know it's the only one.
And I'm going to throw another one at you. Terrence West might steal some carries. I'm with
Terrence
you.
West?
Yeah, Terrence West. Is that his
Oh,
name?
yeah, Terrence West. Yeah, it is Terrence West. Yeah.
He might steal a few carries. I mean, I'm with you. I think Javorius Allen's a starting running back this week.
Yeah.
Top 10?
We'll see. Controversial.
We should put something there like, check next week. Shane said.
There you go. Loads of question marks.
Anyway.
Okay, so who did you have?
My catnip pick of the week is T.J. Yeldon, running back to the Jacksonville Jaguars. For all the opposite reasons, basically. I think, well, they play for the Jaguars, which is a team on the way up.
Yeah.
They still got their starting wide receivers. They still got their starting quarterback.
They're versus the Chargers this week.
And this is the key. Yeah. They're playing the San Diego Chargers this week, who even Mr. What's his name, Ware ran all over last week.
Yeah, exactly.
In Kansas City, right? So yeah, I think Yeldon's going to have his breakout game. I mean, we're talking $150, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I hope so, because I'm starting him in 2 leagues.
I'm starting him in one in our league. Actually, of course, I'm not playing you this week. But yeah, I'm thinking Yeldon goes over 100. Hopefully, gets a couple touchdowns. That's a bit
nice, but still
variable. But I mean, he's threatening 20 points this week, I think.
Yeah, I mean, the Chargers are so bad, you could start a lame donkey against them, and then he'd go off for 80 and a touchdown.
Get your TJ Yeldon going, I
Exactly.
Our Kryptonite, Pete.
Kryptonite, who did you go for?
I'm thinking Matt Forte.
Okay, so this is based on the belief that he's going to be healthy and start. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he's going to go. I think this is the general consensus at this time.
All right.
He's going to come back into the lineup this week. He's ranked around 20th. Yeah, I was noticing most sites around there. Going up against the Packers, who are decent against the run. I think we were looking at it. They're like 12th
against
the run.
So it's pretty average.
Yeah, I mean, another Thanksgiving Day game here.
Yeah, exactly.
But the thing is, I mean, sure, there's arguments that they're going to run Forte into the ground because his contract ends at the end of the year.
Yep.
But he's still not.
He's coming back off this knee strain or whatever it is.
Exactly. He's not going to be 100%. He's not going to get the full workload.
So him and Langford will share those carries.
Exactly. I think it's going to be a 50-50 split.
Yep. No, I think so.
See how they're going to be. So you can't trust a guy to be your running back number 2, I think, right?
Right.
Is he a flex in 12-team? Well,
yeah, probably.
Yeah, that's something you've got to decide yourself.
Yeah.
But I mean, he's out of the top 25 as far as I'm sure.
Okay.
As far as I'm concerned. He could kill you. I'd be careful.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. So he's one of those ones that could kill you if you start him.
I would prefer to go for somebody like an Eddie Lacy. I'd be preferring somebody who...
That you can guarantee is going to get 70 and a touchdown,
exactly,
possibly.
Yeah, this is the thing. I mean, even Rawls,
sure.
I'm sure Rawls is ranked way higher.
Yeah,
but I think they got a pretty tough matchup, if I remember right.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's a lot of other guys I'd want in there besides Matt Forte. Because he could kill you this week.
He could, absolutely.
Who do you got?
I got Vernon Davis.
Ooh, I haven't heard that name in a while.
I know. I mean, he's ranked 14th by Liz Loza, and so he's on that cusp of being startable.
Mm-hmm.
He's someone that you could maybe think about starting in a 12-team league at tight end.
Right, if you got nothing better than
sure. I mean, I wouldn't, and I'll tell you for why. So we got 68 yards in the win over Chicago, but I don't see him as a startable tight end really. The Pats are the fourth best in the league against tight ends. So they only give up 4.8 points.
Yeah, tight end is one of those things. There's a big spread once you get out of the bottom 5 and top 5.
Yeah, exactly.
So I mean, if you're in the top 5 against tight ends, like you said, giving up only 4.8 points a week, you don't want to. It's
limited.
Tight ends. Yeah.
I mean, I can see why maybe because Osweiler is going to maybe not be looking down the downfield.
Sanders out again this week, you know?
Sanders, I don't know. He was a bit gimpy, wasn't he?
Yeah.
And we saw in the game against Chicago that actually he didn't throw it down the field much. Really, he was in that 15 to 20 yard range. 10 to 15 yard range.
At most, yeah. I mean, he throws the ball so weird. We were watching that game. And
it's half baseball. He pushes it.
Kind of pushes it, exactly. I'm not a huge Osweiler fan.
Not yet.
6-7 frame, pushing the ball out from a low point.
It is strange. But the thing also, I was listening to this Roughing the Passer podcast, and they were saying that actually the Kubiak's high on him, Elway's high on him. They think that he can do what they want him and need him to do in that offense.
Yeah, well, the
So we'll
Kubiak
see.
offense, right? I mean, that Peyton somehow didn't fit.
Which is, it didn't fit and is run heavy, and we saw them re-establishing the run.
Yeah, Hillman and CJ both did something last week, didn't they?
Which is something that actually, if you go back into Kubiak's history, he likes this dual back role.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think we'll see it going forward,
Yeah.
too, right? So, yeah, get Vernon Davis on your bench.
Cool. And now it's time for
Dun, dun, dun.
Game
Oh,
Intrigue.
we're getting better every week.
Awesome.
Should I go first?
Yeah, go for it.
All right, well, this week I'm going with a couple of 5-5 teams. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the Indianapolis Colts. Both teams, I mean, we were looking at the playoff positions before we started the podcast here.
Yeah.
Colts are in the playoffs right now at 5-5.
Yep, they're the fourth seed.
Yeah,
Because they'll be head of they'll be top of the
they're ahead of the
AFC
Texans.
South. No, not AFC South.
Yeah, AFC
Yeah, AFC
South.
South, yeah.
The top of the AFC South, which is a crappy division, as we know.
Yep.
So you got a 5-5 team sitting at the top, but the Texans are tied with them. So they're being pushed, obviously.
Yep. And the Jags are only a game behind.
Yeah,
4-6.
I kind of like the Jags.
Yeah,
they're sitting pretty, aren't they?
They're the most fun team to watch there.
Yeah, they really are, aren't they? Which is, and we're back.
And we're back. Slight battery issue there.
Yeah, I think we were talking about the Jags. I like the Jags in that division.
They're the tastiest team to watch.
Yeah, they are. I like Yeldon. I like Allen Robinson. I don't even mind Bortles these days. If they could just get,
Hearns.
Yeah, Julius.
They've got the offensive weapons.
Yeah,
they really
exactly.
have.
I mean, the Colts need to win, basically. It's one of the reasons why I like this game. And if you look at the other side, the Buccaneers are sitting at the same record. I mean, the Buccaneers are 5-5.
They're 5-5. They're in the playoff record, and randomly, they're third in their division.
Are they?
Well, Panthers, Falcons, Bucks.
Panthers, Falcons. There you go. So yeah, I mean, they're not going to catch the Panthers. They're hoping to catch the Falcons for the wild card spot.
For the wild card spot, but even the Saints, they're only 4-6.
Yeah, okay, it's a tough division.
It is. Well, it's not a tough division, but it's a very average division outside the Panthers.
Carolina, yeah, a bunch of guys sitting at 500. I mean,
So
we were talking though about how
Yeah.
every team in the NFL is still in the playoff hunt.
Yeah, still. I mean, you can get rid of a lot of those teams in practice.
But mathematically, they're all in there.
Yeah, I mean, you're not going to see you won't see the Ravens, you won't see the Browns, you won't see the Chargers, you won't see the Titans,
Sure.
you probably won't see the Lions,
Niners.
or the Bears. You won't see the Niners, you won't see the Cowboys.
Yeah, the Cowboys are going to win the last 7 straight, dude.
Yeah, okay, fine.
Anyway, so the Buccaneers are sitting pretty good, man.
Yeah.
I mean, what's more, they've won, I think, their last 2 games. Yeah, they've won their last 2 games.
Sure.
3 of their last 4. Don't look now. I mean, the Buccaneers are competitive, man.
Break out the champagne.
Exactly, dude. But seriously, we were talking about Winston before, right? 5 TDs last week. I'm interested to see if he can keep that up.
Yeah.
Doug Martin, man. Let's talk about the muscle hamster.
Muscle hamster.
God, he looked good last week.
Yeah.
And it's just like Doug Martin of, 3 years ago, right?
Yeah.
He would hit
That
the hole.
one was that rookie season or is his
rookie season?
His rookie season.
He hit the hole. He'd disappear for a moment because he's so little, and then he just comes out the other side. Just
Shoots out like a fucking pinball machine.
Yeah. 235 yards last week, man, without a touchdown. Something I think it might have been like the record yardage
Without a touchdown. Because
didn't
didn't he also have the record for going off for the most touchdowns from a running back as well? In that season, he went off for like 5 touchdowns, I think.
It's quite possible. He's just one of those guys who goes off every now and then. Yeah. I mean, you throw in a little bit of Charles Sims out of the backfield, catching all those passes.
Mm-hmm.
You had Vincent Jackson back last week.
V-Jax.
Twin Towers with Mike Evans.
Yeah.
I mean, looking good, right? If they could get Austin Seferian-Jenkins back.
Yeah, he's one of those ones that everyone says he's got the talent. They don't seem to be able to work him into that offense, really.
Yeah, well, he just hasn't started. He hasn't been suiting up. He's been hurt something. It's like one of these mysterious lingering ailments.
Right.
So, I mean, when he comes back, if he comes back, this is an exciting team. I was looking at this guy named Adam Humphries. I'd never heard of him.
Sounds like he should be playing badminton.
Yeah, but he's like the number 3 wide receiver the last few weeks, and he's been catching like 4 or 5 balls for the last 3 weeks.
And on the other side of the ball?
Well, the Colts are a different story, aren't they? It's not quite as exciting, but you got a 40-year-old quarterback.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
That's kind of cool.
I mean, Matt Hasselbeck will be going again this week, from what I understand. I mean, another old man, Frank Gore, running the ball. He kind of got a little bit banged up last week, so I mean, I'm interested to see how much Bradshaw takes from him, which could be interesting to watch. Neither of them are really. Well, I mean, neither of them are startable. Okay, you're going to start Gore. in most of your fantasy leagues.
I think so.
What about your wide receivers on this team? I mean, it's T.Y. Hilton's become a little bit, I don't know,
sidelined. Yeah, touch and go, I'd say.
I mean, you got Matt Hasselbeck, who doesn't really throw like the deep outs, right?
No.
Or the post patterns. It's like more of a dink and dunk kind of game.
Yeah.
So, I mean, Hilton, what can he do? Moncrief has been a little bit absent as well. Kobe Fleener looks a bit more interesting suddenly.
Was it one of their tight ends that scored the defensive touchdown this year?
I saw that on the stats. It was Fleener, yeah.
It was Fleener.
Then does that count in your league? Who knows?
I don't know.
Anyway, I'm looking forward to watching this game on Sunday, I think, probably, right?
It was like Dontare Poe scored on offense for the Chiefs.
Oh, yeah? And wasn't there a pass to J.J. Watt in the end zone?
He dropped it, yeah.
Anyway, what's your game of the intrigue, my friend?
I've got the game which we kind of talked about a little bit, but I'm going Steelers-Seahawks, actually.
All right.
And not because I think it's going to be a fantastic game to watch necessarily. I think it could be a bit of a slugfest.
It's a rematch of the Super Bowl from, 5 years ago? 6 years ago? No, 7 years ago?
7 years, yeah. Long time ago.
Yeah, and the Seahawks got robbed, a lot of people think,
yeah.
So, it's interesting.
It's interesting that there's maybe a bit of history, but I think if you look at it now, I mean, I don't think it's going to be a great game, but I think there are some bits there, the pieces there that make it intriguing from a fantasy perspective.
Yeah.
And that's what Game of Intrigue is about.
Should be.
So the main issue is obviously Thomas Rawls. We know that Lynch is out with a sports hernia injury, so it looks like he's out for the rest of the season.
Yeah, I'm thinking so. I mean, this Rawls character is interesting.
Yeah, we've seen what he can do earlier on in the season.
By the way, what is a sports hernia?
I don't know what the difference between a sports hernia.
Do we not want to talk about it, or is it one of these things?
Oh no, I don't. I think it's. Well, I presumed it was like a normal stomach hernia, but I don't know what a sports hernia is.
Yeah, it's a bit odd. The chances are he's going to be shut down for the year. So, I mean, Rawls has the opportunity to really go nuts.
I think so. And he went off for 209 yards and a touchdown in Week 11, and he's also...
It was the Niners.
It was the Niners. Fair point. And again, he's a bit like the San Diego Chargers. But, this week they're coming up against the stingiest rushing D in the league against the Steelers.
The flip side, basically.
Absolutely.
Right? So just to see what he does against a good defense, right?
Exactly. The Steelers only give up a league-best 10.4 points per game to opposing running backs. And they've only allowed 2 rushing touchdowns all season.
All year.
Yeah, which is ridiculous.
That would be why the total's so low.
Yeah, I mean, so despite this... He's a start for me, I think. Mm-hmm. But I think you've got to temper your expectations.
You're not expecting the 35-point game.
No, I'm expecting probably... He could get over 100 yards total. Yeah. So you're looking in that 15-point range, something like that, probably. Okay. Something like that. Tyler Lockett had his best fantasy game of the season with 48 yards and 2 touchdowns on 4 receptions.
Really? I didn't even see that. Tyler Lockett.
Yeah, exactly.
How lucky is he?
But the issue is he is seriously fast. But that said, I don't really see him as a starter just because... Seattle wide receivers are just not reliable.
Yeah, we were talking about that. They spread the offense around
they do.
Too much and they run the ball.
And this week it could just as easily be Doug Baldwin.
Yeah, exactly. It could even be Graham.
Could even be Graham.
I mean, who knows? I mean, I love Tyler Lockett in like return yardage leagues, right?
Yeah, exactly.
But beyond that, I never start Seahawks wide receivers. I never have them on my team, actually. I think that's why I avoided them this year in my draft.
Yeah.
Anyways, on the flip side of the ball?
On the flip side of the ball, the Steelers. So the Steelers are coming off their late bye, and that's obviously good in a way because Big Ben has had a chance to recover from his foot problem, so he should be more than good to go.
Exactly.
D'Angelo Williams, I think for me, is a start at the Seahawks.
Tough start.
But again, I mean, the Seahawks only trail the Steelers against the run. Mm-hmm. So we've got the 2 best run defenses
in the league. Yeah.
In the league. They're also 3rd best against wide receivers. So you've got a really stingy defense there.
Yeah, the Seahawks, right?
Yeah. So both Brown and Bryant, I think, are probably going to see reduced numbers. Mm-hmm. And
Heath Miller across the middle. Maybe.
Heath Miller across the... Yeah, exactly. And again, it really depends on whether Sherman's going to stick to Brown or whether they're going to swap over or whether he's going to stick to one side of the field.
It'll be an interesting matchup to watch.
Yeah, it could be. I mean, I think, Bryant... Although I talked myself into sticking him as my underrated one here, or Kryptonite, I can't remember. Overrated, sorry. There's something about him. I mean, the flip side of that argument is that if Brown's being shut down by Sherman then Bryant, who we know does well as a second receiver, has that opportunity.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it will be interesting to see. I mean, generally you expect to see shootouts when the Steelers are starting, right?
Exactly.
But playing the Seahawks, I don't know. Could be the old-fashioned grinded-out game.
It could be. I mean, I don't see that one as a high-scoring one.
22-17 or something like that. 21-17 game.
So, and sorry, just to come back to you on a sports hernia, Wikipedia has told me it's otherwise known as hockey hernia, hockey groin, Gilmore's groin, or groin disruption, which does not sound
I
nice
was
at all.
telling you, I thought it was something not good.
It is a syndrome characterized by chronic groin pain in athletes and a dilated superficial ring of the inguinal canal.
Say that 6 times.
Yeah. Football and ice hockey players are affected most frequently, and both recreational and professional athletes may be affected.
Maybe we should just stop reading.
Yeah, so otherwise it doesn't look
It's
good.
bad for your groin.
It's bad for your groin. And now it's time for the Fantasy Trust Tree.
I think it's a good place to go after talking about.
I think
bad for the groin,
we need a safe place where we can not think about
Let's
sports
climb that
hernias.
tree. Do we got a letter this week or a telegram?
We've got a letter. Oh, do you know what? It's an email.
Oh, lovely. We got an email this week.
An email that actually she didn't want it to send. She didn't want us to send this. She had a problem sort of releasing it to us.
Yeah, the servers, which server it was coming from. Right?
Yeah, I don't know.
It was some kind of masked, I think.
I think so,
Encrypted
yeah.
somehow.
Anyway, so finally we got it out of her and we've uncrypted it. Decrypted it even.
Unencrypted it?
Unencrypted it. There you go. Either way, we have it in plain English, which is better than we can do today. So, dear Rankings Attack, happy Thanksgiving, guys.
It is this week.
Well, it will be for some. I've got to spend my Thanksgiving with my boss. He's invited me over as my parents are out of town, and I also want a promotion. I don't really want to go, but I'm going to try and go there and say as little as possible and stay out of sight and generally feel inadequate. On the upside, they have 3 hot sons that I wouldn't mind dating. Not all 3, mind you. I mean, what can go wrong dating my boss's son? Anywho, which of these hot guys should I pick on Thursday for a date on Sunday? Javorius Allen, Spencer Ware, or Thomas Rules? And that's from Hillary with 2 L's from Washington.
Ah, Hillary. You have the email problems and Bernie Sanders problems.
Yeah.
Have you seen Bernie picking up support?
Have you seen Bernie having breakfast with Killer Mike?
Yes, it's a huge black guy. Yeah.
Having yams and pancakes?
Well, this is the Sanders camp has actually decided that they're going to go after the base of the Clinton support. Yeah.
Awesome.
And he is chipping away bit by bit. He's reaching out to the black community.
We could have Bernie Sanders versus Donald Trump.
This would be the greatest matchup of all time.
This would be awful because Trump would win.
Oh no! Bernie's gonna win. Feel the burn, dude.
I hope so.
Anyway, back to business.
Anyway,
Hillary needs to know Javorius Allen, running back, Baltimore against Cleveland this week.
At Cleveland, yeah. Spencer Ware versus Buffalo.
So it's Kansas City versus Buffalo, all right?
And Thomas Rules versus Pitt.
All right.
So I guess there's 2 options. One is who's good to go. Who would we take this week?
Yeah, it's a date for Sunday, right?
Yeah, it's a date for Sunday. So let's start with that.
Direct question there.
Okay.
And then maybe we'll think about the rest of the year after
Sure.
ROS, yeah. Well, I mean, let's break it down. Who's starting for sure this week?
Well, we know Javorius Allen's starting for sure, and we know Thomas Rules is starting for sure because both number 1 running backs went out 4 sets out, and he of the sports hernia is out.
Broken arm is out, and the sports hernia is out.
Yeah.
Whereas
Spencer Ware, we don't
City,
know.
We're not 100%.
We still don't know what's happening with Charkandrick West.
Yeah, Charkandrick is a possibility. Plus, if you're talking about Kansas City, let's say Charkandrick is out. That means they're going to suit up Niall Davis, right?
Possibly.
So Niall Davis will steal carries, even if West is out. So I'm going to say that let's rule Spencer out for this week, yeah?
Okay.
If I'm going to pick one of these 3 guys, I say he's out. And we're just looking at this now. Yeah, West is day-to-day, right?
He's day-to-day with a hamstring, so...
The hammy problem, which you never know, okay?
And it's going to be one of those last-minute decisions that you might have to take on Sunday.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and as we were just talking about, like with Niall, right? There's this... We don't even know if Spencer's going to be the guy.
Sure.
So let's narrow it down for Sunday to between Allen and Rawls.
Yeah.
So we got Baltimore at Cleveland, and you got
Rawls at Pitt.
With Pittsburgh
Versus Pitt.
visiting. Yeah?
And this is why for me I favour for 1 week only. I actually think I favour Allen.
Okay. Because you're afraid of the Pittsburgh defense.
Because I mean I think he's going to get shut down. I mean I just think that Javorius Allen's got higher upside in this game. For this week, I mean for this week only, I would go Buck Allen.
All right, I'm going to go with you here actually, even though I was arguing against Allen before. I do think Allen will get the lead back role. Cleveland, they will stack the box a bit, but I think, I have a feeling that Pittsburgh shuts down Rawls this week, coming off his big week. I mean, they'll game plan for him, right?
Yeah.
And being the best defense in the league against the run should mean something, right?
You'd hope so.
So, Hillary, this week only, I would be staring across the table and playing footsies with Mr. Allen. Yeah.
Nice. And rest of the season?
Yeah, ROS, rest of the season. It's a different story. I think it's a little bit easier. I think you take Rawls.
I think so. We've seen what he can do when he took over from Lynch earlier on in the season.
Mm-hmm.
He was outstanding.
Yeah, he's had a few. When he's had the chance, he has played well. I mean, this week could be an exception, but definitely Rawls, when he's been inserted into the lineup, when he's been the guy. I mean, he's got over 600 yards this year on 100 carries.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Yike. 101 carries, 604 yards.
6 yards a carry, exactly.
Even I can figure that out, yeah.
Exactly.
6 yards per carry. It's not bad, dude. So yeah, I get Rawls in. I mean, if I'm scouring the waiver wire and I had to choose between Allen and Rawls, I take Rawls for the rest of the year.
I mean, he's had what? Okay, so the 2 games where he's played 4 games now where he's had a bulk of the carries for the Seahawks, and he's gone off for 104 yards, 48 yards, 170 and a touchdown, and 209 and a touchdown.
Yeah, you take Rawls.
So when he's in double digit attempts, he gets you over 100 yards.
Yeah, that's you want that in a running back.
Yeah.
So yeah, rest of the season, pick up Rawls. This week, Buck.
And we'll leave it there.
I think we should.
Happy Thanksgiving.
The buck stops here.
The buck stops here. Oh, I like it. Like it.
I just made that up.
Yeah. Anyway, enjoy your turkey
Double.
and enjoy your Pepto-Bismol afterwards.
Maybe turducken?
Turducken.
Later, guys.